Hi, I'm Shannon Danish. Welcome everybody to Back to School Night. This is Algebra 1. I've got a lot of information up, so to try to make this go a little faster for you guys. On the left here, I have a list of kind of what we're going to be going over today. And then on the right, I'll be showing you information as we go. First thing I want to talk about is supplies. We're not going to be working out of a particular textbook. I pull from a lot of different resources, and everything I pull I'm going to be posting in this Google Doc where we have our homework log. All the information is going to be here. They do need a calculator. It does not have to be the TI 80 10000. If your student has trouble with negatives, I have one linked right here that you can use. It's really easy to use because it's got that nice big negative button and the tilted screen. That being said, any calculator you pick up at the Dollar Tree or anywhere else is fine as long as it has a square root key. They're also going to need to make sure that they have pencil and paper out. A lot of our work will be on the computer, but they're still going to need access to pencil and paper. As far as resources and materials, all of that is going to be posted in this Algebra 1 homework document. You can find that either by going to the syllabus, by going to PowerSchool, or by going to Google Classroom. It's going to be linked in all those places. Also, all of your kids should have this bookmarked at this point. They have been told many times it should be in there. As far as grading is concerned, the students' grades are going to be 20% based on homework. They will have homework most nights, and 80% based on assessments, quizzes, and tests. The homework is only graded on completion. If they make an honest, good faith effort to do their work, and they show their work and it's posted, they get the points. The quizzes and tests are only going to be on Thursdays and Fridays. That way they have that whole Wednesday to get help if they need it. Tests are going to be announced in advance. Quizzes might be, they might not be. If it looks like everybody's doing really well on something, we might just have a quick quiz. Because our homework is not graded on accuracy, it's only graded on completion, I want to make sure that they get ample time to get feedback before they have that test, so they're going to be getting a lot of quizzes and a lot of feedback. If you notice your student is having trouble, we've got a lot of things built into the day to get extra help. We've got essential time every day except Wednesday, where the kids have 35 minutes where they can get extra help from teachers. They can just shoot me an email and say, hey, I need extra help. They can come into the Google Meet and I can help them that way. I'm also available on Wednesdays if they schedule in advance, and we can set up a time to work on math as well. We also have student tutors available that work for free. The tutors get community service hours. The students who need it get extra help. So if they're interested in that, they can let me know as well, and I can get them a free student tutor. Also, if your student's doing an awesome job and they'd like to be a student tutor, you can let me know that as well, and I can get them put on the list. So if somebody else needs help, they can have someone to help. Now for the stuff you guys are wondering about, all the technology. Google Classroom. I do have Google Classroom. I only use it for this class just to post this homework document and the Google Meet link for the class. I don't think it's particularly useful in a class where there's so much homework and it builds on itself for them to have to turn in their homework that way. Instead, we're going to be using something called Jamboard to turn in the homework. I'll talk about that in a second. Everything that the kids are going to need is going to be posted here in this Google Doc, this algebra homework document. It's got a link to the syllabus, that calculator recommendation. If they're having any trouble getting organized, they can click here, and that brings them to a document that has, screen cuts depending on your operating system. If you're having trouble scheduling your time, it's got a desktop background with a clock on, with the school schedule on it. How to track your schedule. If you really need to set phone alarms, recommended time to set phone alarms. It also has the old midterm and old final exams if they want to see what's coming up. If you're working with the tutor, these could be really useful. They can access them as well. I also have the Google Class links here, so if they want to go to the class and they don't want to have this saved in 27 different documents, all the information is right here. If they have this one bookmarked, they have everything. Additionally, this spot right here, your student can open this, I can open this, but the other students cannot. So if they click on their name, that's where they're actually going to be submitting their homework. So the way that's going to work is we have a Jamboard set up. This is a student sample work. And on each page, they can put, here's homework number 2. And so they can post pictures of their homework. They can do it on paper and post a picture here on the Jamboard. They can also write directly on the Jamboard. And what's really nice about this is I can write the students back little notes, letting them know how they're doing. If I'm missing an assignment, you're going to see an icon that looks like this. It says, "Where are you?" That says, "Hey, I graded this and I didn't see your work." If they get a little icon that looks like, where is this? One of these little guys, or anybody saying anything good, that means that they have their work. It's done. They're all set. And again, they can post a picture of their work. Additionally, they can also just write directly in the Jamboard, and that's totally fine. If they find that they want a separate Jamboard for page for each problem, they can just share it, copy the link, and send it to me. They're going to have to make sure it's changed to, I can edit it. That way I can actually grade it and write on it. They copy that link, and they can paste that link on their actual homework Jamboard. Later, I can go in and I can click on that, open it, and grade their work. The reason we do this is because this way, if they go back to study for a test, they're going to know, hey, they got all this right. This is something they kind of know pretty well. If there's an area where they had trouble, they know that that's an area they need to go back and study. So it makes it kind of almost like they had a notebook to go back and flip through. The last thing I wanted to talk about was PowerSchool. So in previous years, I used to have one assignment line for each individual homework, and you found that this list got really, really long in a hurry, and it got hard for students to figure out what they were missing and what they had turned in. So the way this is going to work, week 1, quarter 1, that's all the homework for that week. And if you click on it, it's going to say, okay, you're missing homework number 1. Okay. That means there were 2 homework assignments. You did one of them. You got points for one, not for the other. That's why it's at 50%. If you're missing a homework assignment, this one says 3 out of 3, 100%. That means there were 3 homework assignments that week. They got credit for all 3. Week 2, there were only 2 assignments. They got credit for both. So be sure to check. If you see these little comments here, that means you can go here to view, click on that. It'll let you know more information about that assignment. Thank you all for sitting through this presentation. I know this is a lot going on, but if you have any questions, please let me know. And also please let your students, encourage them to email me as well. We have Essential Time. We have Wednesdays. There's a lot of time to get extra help if they need it. And I want to make sure everybody's having a great year. Thanks.